Welcome to Pony 411. This week we have a new episode, Newbie Dash to talk about. We have a few new things in news, and we have some songs at the end. So, future me, play that intro music. Yes, this is episode 140 for the week of May 8th. I am Nemesis, and joining me once again is Alca7raz.
Hey.
And like I said, we do have a Dash episode later.
Yay.
But we do have a week's worth of news. Thankfully, not the avalanche we had last week.
Yeah, holy crap. You lucked out.
Yes, I did. And I'm happy for that. So, we probably should just go ahead and jump in. Although, I want to mention real quick, Overwatch, really good. I'm planning on getting it. It's really fun. The beta has been really fun. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have played it as well.
I have not.
A lot of fun. Like TF2, except somehow maybe better.
Never.
But anyway, yes. News, though. If you want to follow along with the news, go to pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. That's LIBSYN. So let's get started. In convention news, Galacon has announced some pony-themed game shows for this year after the success of Pony Jeopardy last year. The Pony Jeopardy will be returning along with a Family Feud-style game. They've also announced a plushie panel run by a plushie maker, Yasi. Kelly Sheridan will be attending Nightmare Nights Dallas. That's their 5th guest that they have announced.
I still want to go to that convention.
It'd be nice, but...
Texas.
Yeah, Texas. Got to get to Texas first. That's the problem. TrotCon has announced 2 guests, 1 community and 1 VIP, Choco Pony and Ingrid Nilsson. And Everfree Northwest has announced their Pony Stalk lineup, and I totally didn't forget to add that to the news last week.
Totally didn't.
Also, they've got a promo video up, and it's
something
interesting.
Yeah.
Dolphins.
It's weird.
I'll just say that. Anyway, in fandom news, and other news apparently too. Apparently, Selena Gomez might be a fan of the show.
Had a vinyl scratch tattoo thing.
Yeah.
Maybe not permanent.
Okay.
All right, then.
Because she's known for having her tattoos.
Yeah.
I mean, Friendship is Epic, the side-scrolling beat-em-up, shoot-em-up game thing, has released a new trailer for Japan PonyCon. And it's available to the public as well, which is why we're talking about it.
Still looks good.
It looks fun. They had the Japan PonyCon mascot in it.
Yep.
Anyway, merchandise news. Yes, we're moving through that. That's that fast.
It's that little.
Some new Nicey, whatever.
Niki
plush bags have been spotted in Germany. They're, plush bags. They're pony-shaped bags. You put stuff in them. Pony of holding.
Pony of holding.
High-quality images of several of the Legend of Everfree dolls have appeared, including the Crystal Gala versions, once again, the Gloriosa, and a couple of the, what was it? I don't think it was Bolo, not this time. Oh, and they also showed some basics, which, the really cheap ones that are, look cheap.
Look cheap.
And once again, yes, Sunset has wings. I'm not sure what the heck's going on, but it seems like Hasbro's already made a decision.
No, not another one.
Number 5. Wait, 6.
When
6.
When you make everyone alicorns.
It's not everyone.
When you just start adding it over and over again, it's no longer special.
Oh well, doesn't matter. Comic news. Comic Book Resources has an extended preview of Friendship is Magic number 42. Apparently it involves Pinky and going in her brain or something. God help us all.
I'm about to say, that's a scary concept.
And Equestria Girls news. Yes, Equestria Girls news.
We have Equestria Girls news.
A little blooper reel for Friendship Games was released. It's one of those partially real, partially fake bloopers like Pixar like to do.
Yeah.
Some interesting ones. Funny ones.
Interesting ones. We sort of have a Canon height comparison now.
We pretty much actually do. It's basically what I've always suspected, which is the heads are roughly the same size.
Yep.
And then you just go from there. Simple. Easy. We don't have to use apples anymore.
We don't have to use apples.
Wait. Do you hear something? Sounds like
There's
Applejack.
A farm pony coming to kill us.
Oh, well. This is actually interesting. About 2 minutes or so.
Yep.
I'm not sure why it came out now, but okay, it's cool.
It's cool.
And in Friendship is Magic news, Friendship is Magic has been nominated for 3 Leo Awards.
Nice.
And they are, let's see, a bunch of people. Marcel Duperot, Todd Araki, Jason Fredrickson, Kirk Furness, Adam McGee, and Christine Church and Roger Monk were nominated for Best Sound and Animation Program for Do Prince's Dream of Magic Sheep. Also
Nice.
nominated for some other cartoons. Daniel Ingram has 2 nominations, Best Musical Score in an Animated Programmer Series, one for MLP's Crusaders of the Lost Mark, and one for Nina's World. I don't even know what that is.
Neither do I.
And Ashley Ball will represent MLP as well, and it's the Best Performance in an Animated Programmer Series for portrayal of Dash in Tanks for the Memories.
Yay.
MLP voice actors Andrew Francis, Michael Dangerfield, and Vincent Tong also were nominated for other things.
Other things.
So I don't care.
That's cool.
So there's the Leo nominations. Ed Valentine is returning as a writer this season with 2 upcoming episodes he cannot name yet. New Season 6 promo has started airing and it has new footage of upcoming episodes, particularly of the Christmas episode coming out next week.
Yep. Looks like Dash's dad returns, or what we think is Dash's dad.
Probably Dash's dad. We might find out in this episode for sure. Or we won't.
Or they're going to do that again.
Unless it's like, because the focus of the Christmas episode is Starlight and Twilight. So it's possible Dash is going to say something like, my dad's visiting. I can't be here. Or something like that.
Possibly.
And then boom, we'll have a confirmation.
We'll have confirmation.
Or not.
Or not. Yeah, we'll see.
Anyway, moving on. Several new DVDs have been revealed by Shout Factory. One is called Every Pony's Favorite Frights. And not surprisingly, it has quote-unquote scary episodes in it.
Yep. I think it was all previously released episodes.
Yes, all previously released. The other one, though, is called Soarin' Over Equestria, and it appears to have a Wonderbolt theme, or at least a Dash theme, one of the two. It also has a title of a new unrevealed episode, The Fault in Our Cutie Marks.
Oh, boy.
Interesting indeed.
Yes, especially when they include it in that set.
So Wonderbolt. So, because, well, things have happened recently.
Yes.
And it's a future episode, so, Speaking of that episode, though, apparently that episode was listed over on IMDb for some time, but everyone ignored it because it's IMDb, and that's ridiculous, and anyone can add anything to it at any time. So it's just ignore it because it's almost always false. But apparently it was added by someone on behalf of David Stewart, an actor who will be voicing someone in Saddle Row and Wreck, because apparently of a misunderstanding or something, because he was originally listed for Fault in Our Cutie Marks, and then they changed it to Saddle Row and Wreck.
Yes.
It's odd. I don't know what the heck happened there, but we now have... apparently we had one staring us in the face, and we had no idea.
Yep. Because no one trusts IMDb.
Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting. I wonder if anything else on there is actually true.
There are probably people scouring it again.
This might be true. And finally, we have another episode listed on Zap to It. It's called Spice Up Your Life. And the synopsis is, Pinkie Pie and Rarity discover a father and daughter struggling to keep their family restaurant open, which has caused tension in the relationship. Yes, there is an actual typo in there.
Yeah, that's not our typo.
Which I'm assuming which has caused tension in the relationship.
Or is causing.
Either way,
your tense is wrong.
Either way, something's up. So, yes, new restaurant thing.
Father and daughter.
With father and daughter.
Struggling to keep family restaurants open. Isn't that just like how restaurants normally operate?
Yeah, restaurants are the riskiest business you can open.
Yeah, it's like every month is almost, borderline break even.
Yeah, unless you're part of a franchise.
Yep.
Because they don't care if it's crap as long as it's familiar crap.
Exactly. That's why McDonald's is still around.
Hey-o. So that is the news.
Yes.
We got to move on, though, because we have a comic to review.
We do.
Friends Forever, number 28, written by Jeremy Whitley, art by Jay Fosgate, and colors by Heather Breckel. In this comic, apparently there's a big old sleepover for Phillies and Colts. I believe Colts. Yes, probably. It's hard to tell Fosgate's art style. And it's supposed to be this big thing for Celestia and these foals and stuff. And oh no.
See the castle.
Yes, see the castle and meet the princess and all that jazz. And then oh no, she has to go negotiate because griffins and yaks are being dumb.
Apparently they're going to go to war.
Yeah. So she leaves Luna in charge. And then CMC decided to help out Luna a bit. So that's more or less the gist of it in a sense. It's a fun one in a way, although I think Fosgate is still struggling with the whole drawing alicorns.
I think he did better this issue than the last issue.
There are some weirdness. I think part of the reason people don't like it is because his style is very stretchy.
It is. The alicorns have really long necks.
Not only that, he also stretches. He's not afraid to go into cartoon proportions sometimes and just start stretching squash as he needs to.
Yep.
So it's interesting art styles. It's pretty much you love it or you hate it. Take it. Just know it's there. But yeah, the overall story itself it's okay. I wasn't particularly blown away by it, but it's also pretty interesting in some ways, just because of the new character they add in this.
Yeah, that one is interesting.
Yeah, because it's like,
that's quite an interesting ability.
Yes, I was surprised.
Also, the I guess you can call it antagonist is a bit
odd. I was like, okay, that's weird. That's just plain weird. Although I'm looking at the CMC cutie marks and it really, really looks like it's just copy and pasted. That's not good.
Which has been a thing before.
Yeah, it looks like it was literally just slapped onto there. Yeah, same with Twilight's. I think that's just what Fosgate does. I think he just throws the cutie marks on because he doesn't want to waste time drawing them or something. Kind of disappointing that.
Kind of disappointing. Although
there is a couple good jokes here, like one very early on with Twilight.
Like the first page.
Yeah, very early on. That one's that's my favorite, I think, in the whole book. Right there. It's just that joke, and I'm not going to tell you what it is just because I want you to see it yourself.
Yes.
So would I recommend picking this up? Maybe.
Depends on if you're, really into it or you're not dead set against anything Jay Fosgate and
Whitley. If you really hate Jay Fosgate or his art style or Whitley's writing style, you're not going to like this. But if you're fine with them, you probably could go ahead and pick it up for the $4. Also, there's really kind of a centerfold thing. So it's an all right comic. I can't really. It's hard for me to say whether or not it's a definitive recommendation. I just say if you really like the CMC or really like Luna, you'll probably like it. If you really don't like the writer or artist, you probably will want to skip it.
Yeah.
So that's that. I guess my super unhelpful opinion.
Super unhelpful. It's make your own decision.
C'est la vie.
Yeah.
But we also have an episode, like I said earlier. It is Newbie Dash. And judging from that title, you probably guess who it's about. Well, yes, it's about Pinkie Pie. No.
Of course. Yes.
But no, it's a Dash episode through and through. And in it, it starts off with a bang with, Dash is officially part of the Wonderbolts. It's that simple.
That's literally the first minute.
Boom. She's part of the Wonderbolts.
Guess what?
She's
You're now in the Wonderbolts.
So Spitfire tells her she wants Dash to perform in the Ponyville show, and she has to go training and learn all this stuff. And when she goes, unfortunately, she makes a bad first impression because she wrecks because she wasn't paying attention to what she's doing.
Yep.
And then she gets to re-earns the nickname Rainbow Crash.
Yep.
And it upsets her a lot, so she tries to do a whole bunch of stuff based on partially what her friends give her advice. She tries to act like her friends, doesn't quite work, and she's just trying to lose the nickname. And eventually, she decides to try to lose the nickname. She does something big and bombastic, and it backfires completely. And eventually, she just kind of learns that look, she doesn't have. It's kind of not really supposed to be a mean nickname, or at least it's not intended to be one. And she, gets a little bit of a light punishment, but she's still part of the Wonderbolts, and she's learned to just kind of roll with the punches, I guess, of the end.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoyed this episode. I mean, I know the opinions, I think this one are pretty divided. I kind of enjoyed it just because of, I don't know, the shenanigans.
Dash getting laughed at a lot.
Not that quite, not that big. It's just kind of, I think this is an episode which is a lot like Equestria Games in that it relies a lot on cringe humor. So that's the thing, I think that's where it's coming from, is if you really are someone who doesn't like cringe humor, you're really not going to like this episode because it's very reliant on that. And I kind of I like cringe humor sometimes. Like, again, Equestria Games, that was a big cringe humor episode. So, and I love that one. And this one, it kind of hit the same buttons, I guess. It pushed the same buttons for me, so I kind of liked it just because of that sense of things.
Yeah, it's interesting for me. It's a whole mix of feelings going on here on this one. I'm not as big of a fan of cringe humor as you are. I'm not against it. I mean, I do enjoy a bit of it, just not to the same level. Especially not when it's directed at a character I really like. But that's another topic entirely. Overall, I will say I enjoyed it. Overall, yeah, it was good. I want to say the ending.
Yeah.
The quote unquote moral.
Yeah.
Because they actually did have one of those moral endings,
Yeah.
sort of like writing a letter, but not write a letter. I wasn't entirely sold on how when it was presented. It's like, to fit in. The moral felt kind of weird that they put in at the end. It's like, not entirely certain that came out the way you wanted it to come out.
I see what they're trying to do, though.
It's like...
It's kind of with Feeling Pinky Keen, where things just kind of got garbled up.
Yeah.
It's anti-science.
Yeah, oh god, that. Not quite to that level. But it was just a subtle... I'm not entirely certain that moral came out the way you wanted it to. Because, it's sort of...
I think the whole point was, hey, you're supposed to be willing to work as a team.
Yeah,
but
it came out like
Dash has always
to go with it and just fit in.
Dash has always been trying to do her own thing, and then this time she has to work with a team, and she can't just go off and do her own thing because it has real consequences.
Yes, and that's probably what they wanted, but it had that sort of feeling of it's time to just fit in.
Especially
with the
when
group,
you,
and
especially
like,
when you join
that's not entirely the great thing to say.
You have to kind of fit in though when you're joining a quasi-military organization.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're either gonna get kicked out or hammered down till you fit in.
Because, like you said earlier, and it's really, really important. If you try and do your own thing and be a lone wolf, people will get hurt or worse.
Yeah, or you yourself will get hurt.
It's like, it's great. We can use of course we can use the Wonderbolt. So we can use the Blue Angels in an example here. If you ever actually watch the Blue Angels or watch some of the cameras from on those jets, some of those formations that they pull
super close.
I've seen it from the picture when they run the diamond pattern. They're all packed in tight. I've seen from cameras in the cockpit of the rear plane. Those wings. If the cockpit was open, you could reach out and grab the wings of the other plane.
Yeah,
they're that close. You cannot be your own person. You have to be part of one unit. Or you will die.
Yeah. And take
so in those kind of
you.
things, yes. But like I said, the ending, the way they worded it.
It's the first time they kind of goofed the wording of something. They've done it several times now where it's just the wording is just weird or implies something that I don't think they meant to imply.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. I don't think they intended anything wrong by this.
Yeah.
And it is super minor. It's not like blatant problem. It's not like I said, not as bad as the Feeling Pinky Keen, how that one could be misinterpreted a lot easier than this one could be. The other one, the name
Crash.
Rainbow Crash. Like, okay, yeah, I understand the slightly the negative but intended to be endearing nicknames, but that one kind of hit certain other points. It's like, of all the nicknames, you had to give her that one.
Well, how are they supposed to know that?
I know.
That's the thing, is like they cannot possibly know.
They don't
She'd
know,
have to say something.
Yeah, and this isn't a negative against the episode, but anyway, it's just a point of interest. It's like, of all of them, yeah, she's going to react worse than the rest of them because that has deeper psychological scars to that one than, Soren's Clipper.
Yeah.
That one's like super minor. Or the other ones, those are, just incidents that are local only to the Wonderbolts, but this one's got some deeper psychological scars that it's going to open up.
The Wonderbolts had no idea about that just because for them it's just, this is a recent thing. This is your first day on the job, you get this is how you get your nickname the first time you screw up.
Yep. And then that happens and that's normal. But it is an interesting point. It's like, wow.
Although it's kind of plays, I've heard this conversation several times among other things, if you have a weak point, something that really cuts deep, what you do, you can, as a person, it's what they call wear your weakness as an armor. And what happens is when you own it and just like, it's a thing that happened, so what? And what happens is they can't do anything to you because
but not everyone can do that. And it is something, if you can do that, that is one of the best things that you can do because it allows you to get over I don't really want to use the word get over it, but it allows you to deal with it and handle it without it hurting you.
When you wear wearing weakness as
and
an armor, it's
other
just,
people from using it as
they can't use it
a weapon.
You can't use it against you because it's protecting you, because you just like, it's a thing.
Yeah, you front it, which I think that is something that was starting to happen. I mean, when Spitfire in the locker room showed her the jacket with Crash on the logo, that if she could own it at that point, that would have been exactly what they needed.
By the time the episode ended, she pretty much has owned it.
Yeah, I think she's getting to that point, but it is definitely.
I think by the end of the episode, she is at that point of she's okay. She understands it's not supposed to be mean. It's just because of what happened in her childhood from bullies that she just immediately interprets it as a mean-spirited thing. Mm-hmm. And when she finds out, okay, it's actually not supposed to be mean, especially when she finds out everyone has a kind of a embarrassing nickname.
And that brings up why can't we know Spitfires?
Because same reason we can't know why Celestia's hair does her thing.
Yes, but with Spitfires, if everyone has a nickname, why doesn't anyone get their nicknames used? Have you noticed that?
Well, they called Soren Clipper once.
But they didn't really start using the nicknames until later.
It's supposed to be a subtle thing just to give you an idea of something. Okay, this is not unique to Dash.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if they start using...
But it's like, why have to... If everyone uses supposedly everyone has nicknames and you all use these nicknames, why do you have to tell Dash Spitfires in secret when... supposedly everyone knows that. That's just for because
that's
just for
it's supposed to imply for the audience that something really bad without actually saying what it is. It's just
and the meme has already begun.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
And
they're all stuff that we can't exactly quote here. Yeah. But yeah, overall I did enjoy this. It was a good Dash episode.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It was just kind of caught us both off guard. Like the beginning is just like, bam.
Yeah, how it just opens up. Okay, you are now a fully fledged Wonderbolt.
It was Dash
very
and
little
Scootaloo talking a little bit, and Dash explains she's still in the reserve. She's only going to be in the show if there's a reason for someone not to be there. And boom, no, there's a reason. One of them retired.
Yep, Firestreak.
Yeah.
We got a name of another one, Firestreak, which is interestingly enough one of the blind bags that we talked about last week.
It's really not that interesting.
It isn't, but
really.
Hey, okay.
So he's retired, so the spot opens, so Dash is now officially on Wonderbolt. So that's actually three characters in a sense that have gotten more or less their dreams fulfilled over the course of the show.
Yeah, their destinies have been fulfilled.
Yes.
And we have Dash is now an official Wonderbolt. We have Rarity has opened up her shops.
Mm-hmm.
Twilight's grown wings.
She's a princess.
She's sprouted wings off
Princess
her
of
back.
Friendship.
Yeah. So it's just, you have Applejack, Pinkie Pie, and Fluttershy.
Although Applejack seems pretty happy with her. She is.
Yeah, I don't think Applejack really had a huge thing that she's going for.
Run the farm, take care of her family. Yep, that's good.
Same with, I'm trying to wonder if Fluttershy...
Fluttershy's probably happy where she is too. Taking care of animals in a nice, quiet, secluded place. Yep, I'm good.
And then Pinkie.
I don't know what Pinkie's is. I don't want to know.
Know what Pinkie...
I don't want to know.
Goes. Yeah, so I think all the ones that we had pretty much well-known, future destinies have all been... Dealt with. Which is like, oh boy.
Well, obviously it's time to write them all off the show.
No, but I remember on this show a few years back, some of the things that we had said, indicators, the CMC getting their cutie marks, Dash joining the Wonderbolts was indication that the show was
coming to a close.
Its close, and they're wrapping things up, and now it's happening.
And now, because the movie's next year, and typically movies are the sign of a show ending.
Yeah, so
it's like your TV show, and then you get your movie, and you're done. Yeah,
so it keeps watching. It's like, yes, it's good to see this, but it's also like, does this mean we're coming to a close?
It's one of those things like you see if there's a theatrical movie, and it's like, okay, that's a sign things are coming to an end.
Yeah, it's kind of disheartening, and it's like, okay,
all good things must come to an end.
It's one of those you're struggling with I know it was going to happen, but I still don't want it to.
Yes, like Gravity Falls.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, but at least that one, it's a short, only a couple seasons. We knew from the beginning. This is...
We didn't know from the beginning how long exactly that'd be, but it's still kind of oh man, it's ending. It's exciting, but oh.
Yeah.
We know this is coming to an end eventually. We know it was. I mean, we dodged a bullet early on with season 3 was almost the end.
Yeah. We did. But yeah, it's great to see this, but it's also like, oh no.
Another thing
over.
it was weird how Dash took the advice of her friends and
Yeah,
warped
it's
it
not-
into that,
not
where she
what they
acts
were
like
intending.
her friends,
Also,
including for most of
Luke-
them changing her hairstyle.
Yeah, that was weird. Seeing Dash act as all the different main six.
Yeah, and except for Twilight, she did not change her hairstyle. Weirdly enough, because
We already
even though
saw that
she's,
once before.
I know it's just weird. You think they call back to that at least?
Maybe.
It's also weird she can change her hairstyle like instantly like that. It's okay.
Again, we've seen that before. She did it
Hidden
on the
talent.
train. Yes.
That's it. But it was also weird. Just okay, Ashley Ball. We want you to do all.
We wanted
these
you to
things.
do your voice in a different
Yeah.
of your
we want,
voices.
okay, we want you to do Rainbow. We want you to play Rainbow Dash, who's acting like Applejack, but still you have to use Rainbow Dash's voice.
A couple times it started to
Yeah,
slip.
yeah, it started to slip into the Applejack
I
voice.
could
It's,
hear
it's
it.
like, oh dear.
I could hear it. Also, the faces. Holy crap, the faces.
Mm-hmm.
Dash had a ton of good faces, and she had a doing the Applejack one. She had a bucktooth face.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm a horse.
Yep.
Makes you wonder what she really thinks of Applejack.
We're just not gonna mention the rarity scene.
Okay, I'm going to mention the rarity.
Dang
scene
it!
now.
Don't.
You brought it up.
Although I do
You
have,
brought this
I do
on
have,
yourself.
I do have a response already for things.
I thought it was just funny because I was kind of secretly I was watching this. Oh, please say the line that makes Alcatraz here tremble in fear.
There's a few of those lines.
Rainbow Dash always dresses in style.
Okay, that's actually that wouldn't
that
that would have been horrible,
please.
but that actually wasn't my worst fear of that whole scene. That was not my worst.
Oh,
fear.
you were afraid of Dash hitting on Soren or something, weren't you?
That's what I was afraid of a lot of. But fortunately, the entire scene was just her talking about her outfit and nothing else. Didn't actually mention
Because she was trying to be
Soren.
Rainbow Fash.
Yeah,
Fash means fashion.
That's kind of funny. All of the fake nicknames that she tries coming up with for herself. By the way, that doesn't usually work.
Trying to
You
force
can't-
a name.
Coming up with your own nickname almost never works.
Nope. Except online.
Except those are nicknames. Those are handles. But yeah, almost all of those was Rainbow something, except for the Fluttershy impression.
Yep.
It was like, and of course, I think that was of all the names, that was probably the lamest.
Rainbow Bash as in bashful.
Except it wasn't.
I know.
It was
The Care Bear.
like, no, we're not going.
Probably a subtle reference to Care Bears.
We're not going to Care Bears, and we can bring back the
Care
old-
Bear stare.
the Care Bear stare. Because we do have Fluttershy stare. But no, that reminds me of that really old thing years when the fandom was still getting big. They tried to push Care Bears again, and someone
I remember
made
that.
mention. Maybe we'll get some like Jelly Bros or something. Like,
I remember
oh
that.
God, what?
I
No,
remember
you
that.
can't force a fandom into existence like that.
Will it into existence. Oh, I remember the actual show itself. I remember actually before I get to that, the runway thing, which is how Dash crashed in the first place.
Yep.
Basically there's this rule of look both ways before you cross the runway. It's like, yeah, you got to look both ways before you cross the street. Makes sense. But it's still weird because what happens is you look left, you look right, nothing's there. But the thing is, above you, they're coming in. It's like
I
you'd have
think
to
you
look
imply
kinda-
that you look up as well.
It's still kind of odd. It's like, especially since early on they did not look up. But whatever.
No, they didn't. I think it's implied.
Of course, I don't know why Dash is going so damn slow over the.
She was.
Runway
If you
anyway.
notice, she wasn't just walking; she was strutting.
I know.
That's what she was doing. Was
Yeah.
trying to walk into the group with style and look cool. So
Yeah.
she struts.
She's excited
because
because she's finally wearing a Wonderbolt uniform.
and going to join the actual, Wonderbolts. Yeah. Yeah. Don't walk on the runway. Stay off the tarmac. Anytime there are fast-moving objects on tarmac, you're probably not. You need to be careful.
Whoosh.
Just go to a racetrack.
yeah.
Done that before.
Go stand on the racetrack. I was thinking of the actual Wonderbolt show itself. When it actually got down to that, it was just
It was pretty simple.
yeah, it was pretty simple. I mean, it was kind of cool stuff like look how close they get when flying at high speed and stuff. Which like
Oh, yeah, like
Blue
when they-
Angel show and
Yeah, the head-to-head thing and then the last minute spin to miss. That is
Yeah.
something the Blue Angels do.
they're scary.
They're amazing.
It's still scary
It's freaking amazing though.
and stuff like it's also kind of interesting. Like And Dash ropes Scootaloo into her plans.
Yes, because who else is going to do it?
I need you to
Oh,
go
she
down this
almost
ramp and
didn't.
kick this cloud. And Scootaloo's like, are you sure about this? For once, Scootaloo being the voice of reason.
For once. She still did it.
Yeah, she did it. And it messed things up, which is interesting. And also, when it goes in, Dash is about to run into this thing, she realized this was a bad idea.
Yeah.
She stops. And if she just stopped, it would have been mostly fine.
Mostly fine.
Still probably got chewed out, but
Because she veered off.
it would probably been fine. But no, she stops and then backs up, and that causes everything to go to crap.
Yep.
She just stopped and just went around the cloud. Nope, she stops and backs up, and then trees and birds and
then comical convenience.
and then
a cloud that just happens to be shaped in a perfect convex shape to redirect her back into the cloud.
Yeah, and then she goes and gets electrocuted, and yep.
Yep.
And then she gets reamed
Yep.
by Spitfire because what the hell are you doing?
You don't do that.
You don't break formation. You don't do your own thing. You don't change the itinerary without consulting anyone.
Don't break formation. That's a very important line.
It's like, ow. She yeah, as Spitfire put it, I've drummed other ponies out of the Wonderbolts for lesser.
Yep. That is a quick way, especially when it's your first show.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's sort of like probationary period. Although you'll sometimes give grace because it's their first show.
Grace, yeah. Although that's one of those, you shouldn't have done that.
You should not have done that.
It's also, this was a part where Pinky got way too much cotton candy, which helped Dash.
Help Dash. It softened the landing. That's for sure.
Wow. Pinky, no. Bad Pinky corner.
Can't you just eat your hair?
Bad Pinky corner.
Isn't that made of cotton candy anyway?
Oh no, she's got a taste for pony flesh.
Just hair. Just hair.
Who says the hair is not part of pony flesh?
I do. Most hair is not made of flesh.
But these are ponies. I mean, if they're made of cotton candy and
They're
marshmallows.
made of marshmallows, so it doesn't really matter.
Also, and another thing is, there was a bit where I was at Spitfire and I think Fleetfoot?
I
In the
believe
locker
so,
room,
yeah.
The massage, like, oh boy.
Yeah, what was that? The line that I've seen people saying, there's a reason you can't see Dash's wings at this point. Of course, you can see right afterwards, and yeah, they're flared.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Also,
oh boy.
Also, the moment you pointed out was Twilight and Fluttershy. Whoops.
Oh yes, there was a scene there. One Twilight giving Fluttershy a look, and then afterwards holding hooves in a certain way. It's like,
Stop that.
Shipping fuel.
Remember what we said last week? Oh, and just another thing, the locker thing, which was interesting. You pointed this out to me. Lightning dust.
There was a poster of lightning dust. I'm not sure that was supposed to be or what, but I was like,
or if one of the Wonderbolts actually has an interest in lightning dust.
Huh.
Soren, you can breathe the sigh of relief. Soren has an interest in lightning dust.
Yes.
And everything was okay with the world.
Like, go. There's plenty of other Soren ships.
Yeah. There was. Oh, it's also interesting. When Dash first showed up there, she was nerding out over the Wonderbolt stuff, like saying these things, and Spitfire was like, okay.
Until they get inside.
And then they both recite.
And both start nerding out over the awards and stuff.
Oh, that was just kind of like, oh wow, that whole testing thing really did stick in your head, didn't it?
It did, and
it's
apparently more during the impersonation phase when he does a does a Twilight impersonation. Like, holy crap!
She was really dedicated to those impressions.
Dash knows how to use her brain when she decides to.
Although when she decides to, she usually winds up for
going the wrong
direction.
direction.
Not great reasons.
Well, that part was fine. Just everything else around it.
Yeah, it was funny. It was kind of cringy. It's like, oh god, Dash, stop. Dash, no.
Yeah, that was the kind of humor it was.
Dash, no. But
Dash, yes.
I liked it. It was a surprise. It's a fun episode, I think. It's not a particularly amazing episode, but it's fun. And I know if you're not a fan of cringe humor, you're not going to like it.
No, it was.
And you probably didn't like it. Yeah, because it's a large chunk of it is very heavily is like cringe humor because you're just watching Dash just screw it all up. Which that's the sort of thing like it relies very much on you being willing to enjoy cringe humor, which they can pull off and they have pulled off.
Yeah, I think they pulled it off fairly well here.
Yeah, but if you're not a fan, you're not going to like this, which is unfortunate. But
there's some
strokes.
things You're not going to like everything, and that's just
different
the way it
strokes,
goes.
man.
No need to yell at people because you didn't like it.
Like,
seriously, leave him alone.
Calm down.
Leave Jim Miller alone with that.
Oh, God, that whole thing in the last week.
Yeah, he didn't live tweet this because he's
needed the break.
Burned out because of people giving him crap.
Yep, and he won't block anyone except for that one person. I think Flameheart? Yeah, Flameheart. I think that was the guy he blocked.
I haven't been seeing a lot about him recently.
Yeah, this is like, I think like Lesson Zero is like, for example, a kind of a cringe humor-ish episode in a sense.
Sort of
cringe humor.
It's light cringe humor,
which I think part of the reason why I like it, was one of my favorites, and this is a pretty good one I think too. So yeah, it's not the best episode of the season so far, but it's still an entertaining one.
It's in the upper.
Yeah, it's still an entertaining one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to remember all the episodes so far. I'm trying to remember which one I think the colleagues considered the best.
5 now.
This is 7.
So 7 episodes. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter that much. But it was a pretty. I enjoyed it a lot. He enjoyed it a bit.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I think it's not the most amazing episode, and it's just because I think partially just it's Dash, so I'm not as invested in it. But it was a fun one. So I guess that's that. But we do have music.
Yes,
which will be Alcatraz's thing.
It's I'm gonna do it. So, all right. So again, this week I've got 3 songs to feature, and the first one is "Horse Weekend" by Flight Rush. This is a fun, upbeat, bouncy club-style song, like what you would expect to hear in, say, a convention concert, which is exactly what it's meant for. It was made for BronyCon 2016. It's fun, it's bouncy, club-style dance. It makes you want to kind of move and dance, or at least it makes me want to move and dance. It's got some interesting trap-ish elements to it as well. But yeah, I think it's fun. I think it's good. And it's, it's a convention song, and guess what we'll be next week. I like it.
Yeah, it has an interesting beat to it, and like I said, it sounds like something you would actually hear at the convention. Although you said concert, I thought it sounds like actually just general like convention music. It's hard to explain. It feels like a convention song in the sense that it feels like something you hear in the background at a convention,
like
while you're walking
at a
around,
line or during an announcement video or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like, or you're just walking along and they just have music piping through, and there's,
or like the music they play between panels.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. That sort of thing. That's why it probably makes me think of a convention, not so much that because I'd hear it at a concert.
Either way, that's what it's meant for. So. The next one I have is 3 Words by Sonic Rainboom.
You know I've always got your back, but did you know that I'll always let you cut in line? That where I'll go is always where you are. I don't care how far you could ever be from me, and I know that it's not explicit, but it should be obvious. What I mean by all of this is needless to say.
This one is off the Ponies at Dawn Awakening album that just came out. It's a nice calm song, and I like the flow that it has. I love the meaning behind the lyrics. This is a Rainbow Dash song actually, and I do recommend you go read the description. It says a lot of things that I want to say that I can't really put the words to myself. The vocals they're fairly good. A couple points here and there, like when he says B during the lyrics. I think during the chorus, it's a little bit off. But otherwise, I think it was pretty well done.
Yeah. It's an interesting song, and the thing is, though, it's obviously based on an existing song, which is going to drive me up the wall.
Because we can't figure out which
I
one it's
know
based
that
off
I've heard
of.
that song before, and it's driving me crazy. I can hear it in my head. I just can't remember what it's called, so I can't double check on this. But please, if you know, tell us.
Yeah.
And of course, like Google to help us is not
It's not. It's different enough that it's not going to get picked up by anything else.
help us.
But the chorus
I know
tune
that song
is similar to something that we can't quite pin down.
It's almost identical. I'm pretty certain it's almost identical to a chorus of another song I've heard, an actual like mainstream song. It's gonna drive me up the wall until I figure that out.
Anyway, the last one I have today is Zap by Ghost XP. This is symphonic metal, and it's great. It's not something that we usually get to feature. Yeah, it's really well done. If you don't like symphonic metal, I'm sorry, I do. Here it is. It's good. And that's pretty much what I have to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of good guitar work, which is expected. If you're doing symphonic metal, you better have good guitar.
You better have good guitar work.
And it's very driving too, which
It is.
makes sense because it's symphonic metal. And that's the thing is, it makes me want to watch the movie Heavy Metal. If you don't know what that is, it's a old animation with a lot of old rock songs in it, which is also very much not for children.
It's like a lot of metal movies about metal.
Yeah, this one is definitely a connection. It's a bunch of shorts which are really awesome. Most of them are awesome. Some of them are awesome. Some are not so great. But very much, like I said, very much not for children. But it's pretty awesome.
But it's pretty awesome.
If a little disjointed. But yeah, it's a fun symphonic metal song. I might be my favorite of the three.
All right. And that's all I got.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I have no fan fiction. I didn't have time to really read a whole bunch this week. So I didn't have time to look at anything. And there's also, oddly enough, no updates either.
Tisk tisk.
So we got nothing this week, and I'll have nothing next week because next week is going to be different.
Next week is going to be very different.
Well, so that's it then.
Yep.
We're done.
Yep.
So if you liked it, you can, check out other episodes, both past and future. Go to pony411.libsyn.com. All the shows are there. Or you go to youtube.com/pony411. And while you're there, you could also check out our other channel, Pony411 Plays, where we play video games and whatnot. We just finished Life is Strange. And by the time you hear this, you'll have seen...
Life is Strange.
Yes, we finished it.
Yeah, that roller coaster's over.
Yes, including the agony that Alcatraz went through in the final part.
That was agonizing.
Which means at this point, by the time you hear this, you'll have done a new thing. It's different. It's a one-off, but it's different. And we're doing other stuff as well upcoming in the future. You'll be seeing those as time goes on. Don't worry. We're not done with that. But moving on to podcast stuff, you can also find us on iTunes. Search for Pony411 and download it and subscribe there. You can also rate and review it as you please. There's also Stitcher.com or the Stitcher apps on iOS or Android. If you want to find us there, search for, again, Pony411. You can also find us on Ponyville Live, ponyvillelive.com. Whenever the YouTube version goes up, it goes up there too. There's also Ponyville FM every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to contact us, you can do so at pony411podcast@gmail.com to email us. Questions, comments, criticisms, news tips, cool stuff. If you're an insider, while you're listening to us, but whatever. You can also contact us via facebook.com/pony411. Like us there. Once again, episodes are all listed there as well as the LP stuff from Pony411 Plays. Or there's the main way, Twitter. We're at Pony411. Again, episodes, dumb jokes, Pony411 Plays.
Random nonsense.
Random nonsense. Business cards.
Business cards.
Speaking of which, you can also follow our personal Twitters. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. He's at Alca7raz with a 77T and an underscore at the end. Yes, like I said, business cards. We got business cards. If you see us at Everfree Northwest, we might hand you one.
Yes.
And if you're not listening to us right now, you might also find out because, hey, we just landed at you because we think you might be interested. Why not? Might also see them randomly at tables. I don't know. It depends on how much we can get away with.
Yep, we'll see what we can do.
We'll find out. So yeah, like I said, Everfree Northwest, that is next weekend. We will be there. We will be talking about it. We'll also be talking about the episode. We have figured out what to do. Don't worry.
Yes.
We'll also apparently be talking about the comic.
Yeah.
We'll figure out what to do. Don't worry.
We'll figure things out.
We got this.
We've done this before. We've got a couple years of this under our belt.
So everyone remain calm.
Please remain calm.
But anyway, that is it again. Like I said, next week, Everfree. The Christmas episode apparently in May. No, not I'm not in charge of that. I don't know why that's the way it is. Whatever.
At least push it to July.
Okay.
Because at least that's a standard phrase.
Yeah. So until next time, though, please pony responsibly, guys.
See ya.
Goodbye. Not that kind of centerfold.
And I have that song stuck in my head.
Angel is a centerfold.